Today's swim was pretty relaxed. It was just about a 1500 warm up, and then I did some, it was 16 by 25 with every fourth as a max effort, and then 12 by 50 with every fourth or third as a max effort, and then 8 by 75 with every other as a max effort, and then 4 by 100 descent 1 to 4. So pretty relaxed day with just some top end efforts to open things up, and a little bit of technique work as well. And yeah, so just a total of 4K. Got it in and right at 7 and back, and now eating a little bit of breakfast and giving this guy some attention, and then we'll get warmed up and ready to go for the bike next. Yeah, bike session today. Nothing too terrible. It's just basically, it's 3 hours total, 3 by 20 minutes at 82 to 85%. So a little bit less than what I'll hopefully hold for Galveston coming up. Split out pretty well, so nothing too nasty at all. A little bit surprised by that, but that's all right. Not going to complain. So with today's workout, it's 3 hours, so I'll use about, try to get 2 bottles an hour. I won't use a fan today. Galveston, Hanson City are both going to be hot and humid, so we're just trying to get ready for that. For the calories wise, I do all food calories on race day. I've been working with First Endurance Nutrition for a long time. This is their new EFS and then EFS Pro. Since it's a hot and humid race, I'll do a combination of the EFS and then the EFS Pro. You can get a little bit more calories in a bottle with the EFS, but you can get a lot more electrolytes with the EFS Pro, so I'll mix the two together. So that's what I'm doing here for the ride today. Typically, I'm on the race, I'm shooting for about 450 to 500 calories an hour. With it just being a 3 hour ride today and no runoff, I don't necessarily need to do that. Today is more about just getting the fluids in that I'll try to be taking in on race day. So I typically use the Normatex kind of bookended. I don't usually jump in them right away after my workout. I use it as part of the warm-up, one, because it helps me procrastinate before getting on the bike. It helps get the blood flowing and just helps you feel a little bit better earlier on. So I've always felt it's a really good part of the actual warm-up. And then I tend to use it right before going to bed as well. Helps wind down after the day. Just get the blood flowing a little bit before I lay down for the night.
Again, it's nothing too hard today. I'll do a few openers and then get into just some 20 minutes at 82%, 82 to 85. Hopefully I'm holding 90% on race day, so shouldn't be anything terribly tough, but we'll crank our no fan today, so that'll add a component. And it's really about focusing on getting the full 6 bottles of water in a 3-hour session. Just train the gut to handle the fluid intake that I need to do to be able to run well off the bike. That's what we're always trying to do, is on the bike is set up a solid run. Obviously you have to keep yourself in contention, but you also have to feed your speed. So making sure you're not too dehydrated and calorie depleted off or when you get on to the run. At the start of the run, if you're already struggling, it's going to be a long day. So a lot of the training that I'm doing even today, like, I think it's 3 hours and 150 TSS, so nothing crazy by any means, but I can still get a lot out of the day, and I can still prep specifically for something that or for the challenges that I'm going to have at the races. And one of those is the humidity and dehydration. So that's focus. Hour and 20 minutes, 2 bottles down, so a little bit behind still, but catching up. Again, this is nothing terribly hard, just ticking the box, getting through the intervals, staying focused, long grinding intervals. I mean, 20 minutes isn't terribly long, but on the trainer, it's not always the most fun. But yeah, it went fine. I was right at target power, no problems. 1 down, 2 to go. Yeah, so another day of training in the bag. It wasn't an epic set by any means. We really don't do a lot of those epic sets that a lot of people post about on Instagram. They happen every now and then, but really it's the day in, day out that builds us up for race day. And yeah, today was just started off with a swim in the morning, and then about 4K in the swim, a lot of technique, and then some top end work. And then went into a 3-hour race specific set. It wasn't race power, but it was just about long blocks and arrow, and about getting some heat load and just getting the TSS to where we wanted it to be for the day to keep building the fitness. So yeah, tick the box there. I'm sitting in a pretty good place leading into Galveston. I'm running really well. The bike's coming along pretty well, and made a couple good improvements in the swim since the build started at the beginning of the year. So Galveston's a bit more of a course that I think I can do well at over the technical bike course that Miami was. So I'm sitting pretty happy about it. It's a stacked field again, which is good and bad. It makes it a little bit harder to make a living. You have to go and basically have a great race every day to break even. But it's also an opportunity to see where we stack up against the best guys and the guys that we're going to be racing against when it matters. And to me, all these races early on in the season are important, but everything I'm doing is building for the early fall, which is going to be hopefully the Collins Cup if I can stay in the running. Currently I'm sitting third, so I should be there. Hopefully I'm not shooting myself in the foot too much by kind of building everything to those days. but I think I'll be okay to stay in there. Then go to 70.3 Worlds after, and then Kona. So that's going to be a brutal little stretch of racing there, and so I want to make sure I leave my best races of the year at that point in the season, rather than having the best races of the year in the spring. I haven't done the best job of that. I've always raced really well early in the year, and not so well in September and October when it matters the most. So we're trying to change things up a little bit this year, and see how it goes.